What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jeet Pharaoh back with another video. I feel good today. It's a good day. I hope y'all having a good day. We're finna jump right into this video. Today I'm gonna be talking about the 7 Hermetic principles. Let's get right into it. So going back to ancient Egypt, there was a god that went by the name of Tahuti. Tahuti was the god of writing. He was the god of knowledge and wisdom. So when ancient Greece traveled to Kemet, they compared their god Hermes to Tahuti. They compared him to Tahuti because he had a lot of the same qualities. He was a writer himself and he was very knowledgeable. And another name for Tahuti was 3 times great. They called him 3 times great because he mastered the 3 planes of existence, which is the mental plane, the physical plane, and the spiritual plane. So when you combine these 2 gods, they came up with Hermes Trismegistus. Trismegistus meaning 3 times great. So fast forward into the early 1900s, there was a book written called the Kybalion. The Kybalion was written by the 3 initiates. And in the Kybalion was the study of the Hermetic philosophy of ancient Greece and of Kemet. And that's where the 7 Hermetic principles emanate from. I'm sorry about that noise in the background. It's like a dump truck passing or something. But anyway, that's where the 7 Hermetic principles came from. And Hermetic meaning secret or esoteric. So the knowledge that's in this book is the knowledge from the universe. And the principles in this book are the same principles that govern the whole universe. So getting into it, the number 1 principle is mentalism. And this principle explains how everything in the universe is mental. Everything you see in this world emanated from a thought. And when we begin to understand how powerful our minds are, that's when our life begins to change. Because when we gain control over our thoughts, we gain control over our whole world. And this principle also shows us that we are all in the same mind. We are all in the same consciousness. We are all connected. The second principle is the principle of correspondence. Referencing a quote from Tahuti, he said, "As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul." So this shows us that the thoughts we are thinking, the images we hold in our head, corresponds with the reality that we experience outside. It's going to reflect that back to us. So it's important that we gain control of our thoughts, even our emotions, because how we feel on a daily basis determines our exterior experiences throughout our lives. So it's very important that we learn how to control our thoughts and our emotions. It will make a huge difference in the life that we experience on a day-to-day basis. The third principle is the principle of vibration. Nothing in this universe is at a standstill. Everything is vibrating, everything is moving, everything is in motion, everything is energy. Like my mom used to tell me, she used to always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's the energy we put behind the words that we're speaking that people pick up on. Not so much the words, it's the energy we put behind it. And when we begin to understand that everything is energy and everything has a frequency, we begin to better understand the law of attraction and how it really works. It's not so much trying to visualize something and try to pull it towards you and try to pull it towards you. You have to go within and raise your frequency so that it resonates with the frequency of whatever you desire. So if you want to be if you want to have a wealthy and abundant life, you go within and you think thoughts of wealth and abundance, and you raise your internal frequency so that it resonates with your goals, and then that's when what you want will begin to appear in your life. Like Nikola Tesla said, he said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That's real powerful. The fourth Hermetic principle is the principle of polarity. It explains how everything is dual, everything is duality, everything has a opposite. Hot, cold, up, down, good, evil. You get the gist. Everything has an opposite. But when you have these opposites, it's still under the same one consciousness. So it's like one and the same. So you have a stick. If you got a stick, you got two ends of a stick, but it's still one stick. You feel me? So the only difference in these two opposites is the frequency, the rate at which they vibrate. So you thinking positive thoughts, good thoughts, then that's gonna vibrate at a higher frequency. You're thinking negative thoughts, it's gonna vibrate at a lower frequency. So something that helped me when I was observing this law is, if you have something in your life that you don't want in your life, focus on its opposite, and that's what you will attract. So getting into the fifth Hermetic principle, which is the principle of rhythm. This principle states that everything in the universe has a season, it has a cycle, it has its own flow. Everything goes in and out, everything has tides, everything has its rise, and everything has its fall. Even us humans, like, we have times where, even like, I'll compare it to puberty. Like, when I was in middle school, you had these grown ass kids in middle school. But that's because, like, their flow was at a faster rate, you feel me? They went through that phase a lot earlier than most people. Every individual has their own flow. And also, every individual has their times of ups and downs. Everybody has their times of success, and everybody will fail. Failure is inevitable. But something that helps me is to not look at it as failure. I look at it as, this will help you keep your emotions high, keep your vibrations high. Look at failure as a lesson. Learn from your failures. Whenever you fail, learn, okay, this doesn't work. This is not for me, or whatever the case is. Try to learn from that situation. Don't get down on yourself. Grow. Growth happens in the dark. So when you fail, that's your little dark area. You grow out of that dark space. A seed is planted in the ground, and it grows out of that darkness and becomes a flower, or whatever the case is. So learn from your failures instead of getting down on yourself. The sixth principle is the principle of cause and effect. You reap what you sow. So the seeds that we plant today, they will sprout, no matter if it's later that day or if it's the next day or whatever. There's no running from these actions. So whatever we do today affects us later down the road. Nothing just happens in this universe. There are no coincidences. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for every single action in this universe. Nothing happens by chance. There are no coincidences, ever. So when we begin to understand this law, that's when we move into the power of responding to situations, not reacting to a situation. We choose to respond to it. And when we choose to respond to a situation, that moves us into the power of being the master not the victim of that situation. You feel me? You want to be the master of the situation. You control the thoughts and emotions that pop up inside you, not somebody else. Don't react. Always respond to a situation. And the seventh principle, last but not least, is the principle of gender. Throughout this entire universe, throughout the whole world, every species, every organism in this world has its masculine and feminine properties. Like if you look at the yin and yang symbol, yin being the feminine, yang being the masculine. And you know how they got the black side, you know the symbol, the black side and the white side, but it's together, it's one. Everybody has these two properties within them. And the key is to find balance between both of these principles. Like, the key is not to be too masculine, not to be too feminine. You must find balance with these principles in order to thrive in the world. So yeah, there you have it. That is the 7 Hermetic principles. If you apply these, damn squirrel, apply these principles to your life, and you will notice a dramatic change for the better in your life. I'm going through it right now. My life is just changing before my eyes. Every single day is something new. And I appreciate y'all for watching. If you like the video, you like this information, please leave a like, comment down below on either another topic you want to hear or something that I need to work on, anything. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.